Hey, you guys, if you've made it past this point, bravo, bravo, bravo. If you wanna be rich, you got to be a show my H here, you guys. Alright, you guys, so coming in hot tonight. It's Taco Tuesday night. Somewhere, someone's having tacos on this Tuesday. I know I was supposed to, but now I'm here. And if you're smoking it, smoke it. If you're drinking it, sip it. Sipping on some scissors. Um, so the reason why I played that song because I wanted to take myself back. I want to take you back if you're around the age that I am, or even the era, or even grew up around this music. This takes me back to the ghetto days, which I didn't even know ghetto was ghetto because I came from Orange County and moved to apparently the ghetto of Riverside, Cali at that time, which I didn't know. I didn't know. But I'm fast forwarding it to now, not where I live, but I'm bringing you, the listener, to a place where I worked at a factory. Now, I'm not going to mention the name of the factory because I'm going to give you a little detective work um, to figure out the factory that I grew up my 20s and early 30s at. And if you've ever worked in a factory, uh, you know about that factory life. Just like in any place, there's always drama. You know, there's always the hard workers, the half-ass workers, the flirtatious things going on. You know, and at this era of my life, like I say, in my 20s, uh, of course, factory work in California. What do you think of Mexicans? So I grew up working around a lot of Mexican men and women. Um, if I can say the ratio, and it's not being racist, it's just being real. If I can say the ratio of ethnicity, I would say 70% would be Mexican, maybe that 20% would be white, and then you got that 7% of black, and then you got that 3% of others like me, mixed or mutts, um, as it's called, I guess. I don't know, a mutt. I'm a mutt. How many mutts? How many mutts do we got out there listening tonight? Or day, whatever time you're listening to this podcast, because that's what I'm doing, you guys. I'm doing the podcast. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You know, just getting it out of my system. It's about time. This is my third one, and I'm trying to figure this shit out and try to become a voice out there amongst many voices like Seth Rogen and Jim Carrey and Joe Rogan, you know. So, oh, Kevin Hart, Will Ferrell, those are my tops. Vince Vaughn, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So yeah. Um, so let me go back to when I used to work in the factory. And this factory is a well known company that makes high flow uh, performance air filters. If you picked up on that, and there's a place where you can leave a message, please leave the answer in there and I'll respond with a yes or a no. So let's go back. Let's go back to the 20s. and my 20s, um, and working with Mexican women. Now, these Mexican women, let me just explain. Let me just explain these Mexican women. They're so hilarious, because these women, hard workers, of course. But the funny thing about them was every Friday night, at a point in my life when I was working with them on their line, um, they would come in having another outfit underneath their uniforms. Now we all wore these uniforms. We all had to be uniform like that was part of um what, baby? Yeah. I'll have to pause this podcast right here. My daughter is calling, and I will continue on. Bitch, 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 you bitch. All right, all right, all right. Coming back, you guys, and from that intermission, um, that was my daughter just stepping in for a moment, asking if I was working. Is this work? I guess you can say it is. I'm putting effort towards something that I hope to one day um, be listened to over and over again by an audience. So, yeah, it is work. So, going back to that place that I worked at, let me go back and jog my memory real quick. 20s, working with Mexicans at the factory in Riverside, California, that makes those high flow performance air filters. Yes. The Mexican women on Friday nights, they would wear their outfits underneath our uniforms that were are to wear for work every day. You had to come to work. It was part of the procedure, or not the procedure. It's part of the attire, uniforms, which we paid for out of our paychecks every 2 weeks, and they had our names on them and the company logo. Um, but they were pretty cool. I liked wearing my uniform. I felt like I belonged somewhere, and everyone recognizes or recognized that uniform with the logo on it, and always asked to get special discounts. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the Mexican women preparing themselves to go out on a Friday night. So, Friday nights. And guess who they would make be their driver, so to say. Let me just paint a picture once again. So you got all these little hot little Mexican mamas running around, right? And then you got, and there's always, it's truth. It is a true case scenario. Always got the one big girl, which was me, of course. And I'm not ashamed of that. That just is what it is. Um, and yeah, so you always got the one girl that drives all the hot Mexican women around to the dance places. Cause why? Cause they wanted to go dancing. Mariana, bailando, bailando, por favor. You know, and I was nice enough to be like, yes, let's go dancing. When I would think that we were gonna all go dancing together, that was not the case, because every time we would come to a place where they wanted to go dancing at, like Don Carlos, which does not exist anymore, Gotham Club Gotham, which does not exist anymore, to name a few, um, and they would scatter as soon as we get through the doors. And there I was, left alone, just to roam the dance floors. And I didn't even care about not dancing with anybody, so I danced by myself. And the greatest moment ever came. Like, it was so picture perfect. Like, the room was like steaming up with the fog, and then that one song comes on. 1 second, and let me find it. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. This is song, and it's called oh yes, okay, you guys, I found it. And once you hear this song, I'll paint a picture again. Okay. Let's see, this is it right here, you guys.
Let's go, Toast.
When life has you playing hurry up, Hertz keeps you ahead of the game.
Let's go.
Charge up in a fuel-free EV.
Let's go.
Hertz, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Alice DJ over here. There it is, you guys. So here I am. Come through the doors. Head to the dance floor. Start dancing around. Across from me is a guy. Points to me. We make eye contact. We strip on the floor. And after we strip on the floor, here comes the part we get down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's all coming back to me now. So yeah, so that song comes on and we just start, taking the dance floor over. You got the lights, you got the mist, and here we are, just two strangers just dancing with each other. And then the moment ended, and guess what happened? I went back through the doors that I came through. But it didn't end there, because as I went to look for everybody else that I went there with, the gentleman followed me. And each floor that I went to, he followed me there, and then we danced a little. And then it was time to go. And how I knew it was time to go is because all the women found me. And they all had to be home before all their husbands found out that they were out dancing and hanging out with me. Not that I was a bad person, but because I was the person that was nice enough to drive them to go out dancing. Oh, those were some good times. Good times. I often think where Mariposa is, or Olga, or Claudia. Where are you guys at now? I know your kids have all grown, because mine have grown. But yeah, just wanted to go back in time and share a moment of my life with you guys right now for this podcast. wherever you're at, go back in time to a place that you worked and just, instead of hating it, just embrace it. Because I know that, there's jobs that we've hated. People that we didn't want to be around. Or maybe they didn't want to be around us. But we always had our clique. We always had that cool boss. We always had that lunch table or that one secret spot. When no one knew. Until they came out and found you. It's just part of it. It's just part of, the journey. It's part of embracing the moments of the different people that we meet in our life. Diversity. I hope you guys out there that are listening have had a diverse life so far and have met interesting people. And even if they were weird, they were still interesting because you remembered them. Even those ones with the stank breath, you remembered them. Or the ones with the BO, you remembered them. Something about everybody strikes us in some way. That's just part of humanity. So as I close on this podcast for this evening of 5/9/2023 at 11:03 p.m., I want to give a shout out to my brother, little bro, Joseph Marshall, who's out there wheeling and dealing, trying to make a life for himself, as we all are. Happy birthday, little bro. And if you need that fire, that only fire, hit up this website, onlyfire.net, www.onlyfire.net.com. Use code Mary Jane. Pass it along. Until next time, it's MJF One Love, and I am going out on this, you guys. Oh, not this. Hate commercials. I'll get it one of these times. But I'm just starting out. Hey, gotta start out from somewhere. So let's start off and end with this. Send me a video of you dancing to this song so I can watch it and talk about it. MGF1love@gmail.com, you guys. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Those women sure did. Peace out. One love.